Tell us about your soccer career, how long you played, and where'd you play?
Alrighty, I played at Wake Forest. I was the first ACC Player of the Year at Wake Forest. And then I played professionally in Major League Soccer. I played in Europe for about a decade, in Serbia, Greece, France, Denmark, Poland. I'm the first American to have played in Saudi Arabia. So all the hype around Saudi, I was the first one to do it.
Nice.
Yeah. And I played for the U.S. national team.
And it's called soccer for us here in America, but over there it's called football.
Right.
Yeah, they have it right, I think.
Right.
How have you stayed super disciplined, ultra healthy, and to consistently outpace others in your career?
So the healthy side, I have a similar story. My oldest son is on the U16 U.S. national team. So I chase him around playing soccer. And then in terms of staying disciplined, that comes from my grandmother as well. So we have a similar story there. I come from a bunch of farmers. And so at a young age, I had a really interesting understanding of, or an advanced understanding of the difference between seed, harvest, and reward. So I've always been able to kind of manage my emotions and patience in business and things like that. So, and on the field.
That's awesome. What investments have you made, and what are your business holdings? And I know you're going into the soccer field.
Yeah, so I had an exit. I sold a marketing and IT company a few years back, just after I finished, because I consulted with the Saudi Arabia Olympic Committee. So I had an exit just after that, and then I started a hedge fund. I exited out of that, and now I'm in my third venture, and that's soccer specific. So I've got media companies, I'm investing in teams and things like that. So
how many teams do you have? Because you mentioned them earlier.
Right now, just one, and then there's two more on my docket here.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. What visualization, affirmation, goal-setting rituals and strategies do you use to become one of the top 0.1 percenters?
It's a good question. So one of my mentors his name is Scott Miller, and he was a strategist with a few very well-known business folks. And he talks about insurgent strategy. So I think like an insurgent. We kind of talk about this on a bi-weekly basis. But I try to move what's movable and do what's doable. So let me restart. We define our win, move what's movable, do what's doable. And that's kind of my motto.
I like that.
Yeah, simple.
What is the $1 million lesson you've learned that you can, as a pro athlete, that you can pass on to others?
Yeah, I got this really great piece of advice a long time ago. And there was a former athlete that said to me, you are playing in these teams and all the team's owners own things. So a really good strategy would be to go to the folks that own things and strike up a conversation about your interests. So that was like some of the best advice I received, because after that, my network went from here to here. So that's advice I share a lot.
I love it. Yeah. Last question. Mm-hmm. If somebody wants to become one of the 0.1 percenters in their field and they want to outcompete everybody else, what advice would you give them?
Good question. I would say it's really important to understand what a professional is. And in order to be in the 1% of anything, you've got to be a professional. And what that really means to me is it's a work ethic more than anything. It's like we sign our contracts, and we all see guys that sign contracts and then they just, fall down the tube, right? But being a pro is about a work ethic that says every day I'm going to get up and be the very best in the world at this thing. And I think it's easy to say, much harder to live. Yeah.
So you have a minute 20 left. Let's talk about life.
Yeah, life. Let's do it, man.
What are you up to?
Got some stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're busy.
Yeah.
Kids. You gave me good advice earlier.
I did.
Can you give it to me?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people in this room, who's busy in here by show of hands? A few people? Okay, cool. Yeah. I think a lot of fathers are busy, and it's interesting. Yeah. I work in schools, which a lot of them are fatherless.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend for advice? What worked right for you?
Yeah, the main thing was time spent, and it's easy to get busy. People are calling, they call us for all sorts of things. They're pulling on us in all types of directions, but that time spent with your kids, you can't get back. And in my view, that's the biggest investment I can make, right? So, and that investment is encouragement, it's acknowledgement, it's attention, it's being there and being present. And that's not particularly as we get more connected to our phones and we're sort of distracted at a higher rate, it's harder and harder to do. So I make a practice of, I pick my kids up from school, I make sure I put the phone down, and I give them my attention. And one of the things I did, I built a turf field in my yard, and we just play soccer. So I try to keep them in the things that I love as well. So we have that time. So
nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Give
you.
them a round of applause, guys. So I'd love to throw one thing out there. If you guys know a pro athlete that would love to speak, would love to be on a panel, give more added value, this will be part of the Athlete Office Club video series that we put on the website. And we want to build this so that we can impact more people's lives, give more people advice and ideas on how they can become the best in business and best within their personal life. If you guys have time, meet these guys. They're amazing. But we'd love to get referrals. If you guys ever know anybody that would be really good, whether in New York, Florida, or any of the other states that we're doing stuff in. So thank you guys very much. Have an amazing day. Appreciate you guys.
Sweet.